Page 18, E Dorian with modulation. I'm not an expert in the modes. Dorian is a mode. You can Google Dorian or look up modes, music modes. It's like a major minor scale. The pattern of whole steps and half steps is slightly different. Each one has its own pattern slightly. It's a different sound, a different harmony. We don't have any sharps or flats in the key signature, but there's accidentals to take care of that. It's 4/4 time. I'm going to take both hands together here, so because they kind of go together. At the beginning, eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3, and you're starting out down here. The left hand, they have LH and RH marked, so every 2 eighth notes you're using a different hand. Then you're just crossing over. And then here, they have to be even. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Play them all legato, and then you have an F sharp A and an F sharp A. But it's 2/4 here. And then resolve to a G, B, E, G. Isn't that nice? It's what's written. I don't know. Next line, here your A, E. And then 2/4 again. You have a BD and a BD. And then a C sharp E, A, C sharp. And then the next measure, it's a E in the left hand, and you just come down here. Connect this, like so. And then we come down. Here you're playing this, you're not crossing over, you're playing the same note. I still recommend you do it legato. And when you finish the second line, you're here, and then the third line, they want you here. I suggest use fourth finger and connect them, just for that one. And the only reason for using fourth is because you just played an E in the last note in the second line. So just do a fourth for that one, and then you can do 5 for the others. And the fingering for the half notes is the same as what you've had before. Let's go down to the last line on these chords. We have an A and an E and an A, a D and an E. See all the curved lines? Well, they're ties, but not all the notes are tied. See, the A is tied, it's got a curved line, and the E is tied, it's got a curved line, and the right hand, the A is tied, and the top note is tied, but the middle note is not. Because in the second measure, you're going to change this to this. But you're holding all the other notes down, like so. They could have put a line there for the third note too, or for the middle note. It's not a tie, it'd be a slur, but you're going to connect it anyway. And then the last one is just an E, B, a B, D, G. There, not what you'd expect, but that's what it is. And that's tied for 7 counts, so you can enjoy it that long. Now when you finish the fourth line, you're down here. You go into the last line, you got to go to here. I suggest you reach up and do 3/1 on the AE, so you can connect it all. So it's here. Here, because you got to move the right hand, and this way you don't have to move the left hand. You're already there. And then for the last one, you can do a 5/2 if you want, or 5/1, whichever. Get all that mess worked out, and then as far as articulation, it's all legato. Just play it all legato as best you can. Dynamic wise, you're starting out whatever you think soft is, and it's everything. Both hands are the same here. But there's a crescendo. You're going to go up. How loud you get up? I wouldn't go up more than maybe between medium soft and medium loud. Just going up a little bit. Just go up. Right there. That's where you're the loudest, and come down. And then do it again. Now be careful, because these notes in the third measure are not what you'd think. You're starting out with a C, but then you come up to here and an E. See, so they're not the same in each octave. You'll have to watch that. Second line is the same thing. Come back down to soft and crescendo. And and then soft, and then crescendo. You're going to go to loud for the next line. So you take your time, don't get loud until the next line. Start soft, medium soft, medium loud. Now you're loud. Come down to about a medium loud, medium soft, and then medium loud again. Here, you're just a little softer than you were there. Come down. Now you're soft, but it's like you were at the beginning, crescendo. And then soft, and then crescendo again is similar to the second line. You're going to go back up to loud. Last line, there's a diminuendo there. Listen to the sound. The sounds diminuendo on their own. Just listen to them. And then in the second measure, when you play the C sharp, just match however loud you are there. And then the last chord is soft. Fortunately, I wouldn't want to listen to that in loud. Speed-wise, well, we're back to this allegretto thing. It's the feel of it. Whatever sort of fast is, it's between moderato and allegro. It's, you know. We're going to mesh it up. We want lots of overtones, so we're going to add pedal. It's overlapping pedal throughout. You're just changing it every couple of measures or so with the harmony. And it's going to smear it, but that's sort of the mood of the piece. This is a smeary piece. It's where the wine comes in. So at the beginning, I push the notes down and then the pedal. I'm going to change the pedal after I play the first note in the next measure. Each time. Change it there and then change it there. Softly, and you kind of let it die away. At the end, the hands and the pedal come up together. It's my impression of the piece. Please don't copy me. Learn it, feel it, get into the music, listen to it, and make it yours. I'd like to play it with you very, very slowly. I'm not going to use pedal. The pedal's pretty straightforward. It's just overlapping all the way through. But you can hear the notes better if I don't pedal it, so I'll just play it without pedal. And let's play it together and make sure you have the right notes. The rhythm shouldn't be a problem, but the notes. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, and go, and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Try to get the notes down at the same time. 2, 4. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, off.